You're going to start on your back today, so come to any comfortable position that works for you. When you arrive on your back, take a moment to breathe a deeper breath and kind of arrive in your body. Notice where you're breathing. Notice the quality of the breath, the depth of your breath. And feel the weight of the body sink into the support of the earth. And you may notice as you begin to arrive, if you will, the mind will start to clear and the focus really does turn to the breath. If you have an intention that you want to set for your practice today, this is a good moment to do that. Your intention, whether it's off of the mat or just simply in the 60 minutes. Now begin to take a full inhalation and exhale, release it through the mouth, HA. One more like that, full inhale. Hold it at the top. Open mouth, exhale, HA. Pull the knees in towards your chest. Bring your hands to your thighs. Pull the toes back. Press your low back down into the ground. Now this is called an abdominal brace. Press about 2 to 3, maybe 4 pounds of pressure with your hands into your thighs. And also press the thighs back into the hands. Breathe. The tendency is that the low back will try to lift off of the ground here. Keep pressing your low back down. If you're starting to quiver, that's normal. That just means that the right muscles are activating and getting turned on. Take 3 more breaths here. Again, pressing the thighs into the hands and the hands back into the thighs. Release your arms. Keep your legs how they are. Begin to send your legs over towards the right, but don't let your thighs touch the earth. Bring your legs back through center. Bring your legs over towards the left. Don't let the thighs touch the earth. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Keep moving like this. Inhale brings you through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale to the left. If you wanted it to be more difficult for the last few rounds, you can straighten your legs. Come back through center. Exhale to the right. Come through center. Exhale to the left. Come all the way back through center. Last time to the right. Pause. Maybe you play with straightening your legs and feel what that feels like. Bend the knees if needed. Come back through center. Take it all the way over towards the left. Pause. You could play with that straight leg again. Bring it all the way back through center. Pull your knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. Rock side to side. All right, a little bit more core. Interlace your thumbs. Bring your big toes to touch each other. Let your knees go wide. Stretch your arms way in line with your ears overhead. Inhale. Exhale, lift your shoulder blades off of the mat completely. Tap either your elbows or your triceps on your knees. So you have supine crow pose here. Inhale, reach your arms way in line with your ears. Exhale, lift up and crunch. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, crunch. That's 3. Lengthen long. Exhale, crunch and forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch 5. Hold it on 5. Get your knees as high up as you can on your triceps. Release your thumbs. There should be a little bend in your elbows. Spread wide through your fingers. Imagine you're balancing here. Pull the pinky toe side of your foot back into space. Round your back into the earth. Think about that spinal flexion, cat spine. Maybe you stretch your right leg out long to a hover, so one-legged crow. Bring it back through. Maybe you stretch your left leg out long to a hover. Bring it back through center. Release your shoulder blades down. Give yourself that little squeeze. Now bring your hands behind your thighs. Rock a little bit and then come up, cross your legs, plant your hands. Hop your legs back to a tabletop position. As you land in a tabletop, spread nice and wide and evenly through your fingers. Pull back through your fingertips, so get really strong and active through your hands. Create some nice big circles with your shoulders in one direction. And then your pointer fingers should be facing straight ahead. Another way to say that is your wrist creases line up with the front edge of the mat. Take these big circles in the opposite direction. You can let your hips move in these circles too. So we're warming up the wrists. Quarter turn, your fingers are now facing the long edge of the mat. And breathe. One more quarter turn here. Face your fingertips back towards your knees, stretching through the underbelly of the forearm. You can send your weight forward and back. Maybe the heel of the hand lifts, that's okay. Just keep pulling back through the fingertips. And one more quarter turn. Now your fingers are faced towards your knees. Create a little bit of a wiggle through your fingers. Bring your hands now to face in towards each other. Palms are still facing up. Bring your thumb in and wrap your fingers around your thumb. So you're making a little fist with a little weight. My elbows are bent here. Straight is not really possible. And so just keep doing that. So release your fingers and then bring the fingers around that thumb. 2 more. Release, squeeze. Release, squeeze. And reconnect your hands on the mat. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, down dog. First down dog of the day, so take a moment to arrive in this position. Pedal it out. Push one heel down and then the other. Take a peek up at your hands. Spread wide through the fingers, pull back through the fingertips. I'm going to keep saying it until it lands. And now find some stillness in dog pose. Bend your knees a little and spread wide through your 4th and 5th toes. Squeeze your outer shins towards each other. Send your upper inner thighs higher to the sky. Lift your shoulders up and away from the earth. Wrap your triceps down towards the yoga mats. From the back of the heart, stretch out long through your arms, through your hands, into the mat, into the earth. And lengthen up long through the spine, out through the hips. Inhale, spike your heels high like a wave, round forward through a cat spine. So rounding with puffing up into the back body. We call that protraction of the shoulder blades, and land in a plank pose. Send your hips up and back, dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, big wave all the way forward. And lift the skull as you land in a plank. Exhale, press it back, dog pose. Inhale, big wave all the way forward to your plank. Press the earth away. Hug your hands towards your feet. Shift your shoulders past your wrist. Bend your elbows, option to lower the knees. Half push up, hold it for 3, 2, 1. Ground your hips. Inhale, come through a cobra pose. You can keep it low or you can bring it high. Tug the hands back. Exhale, fold, take it down. Inhale again, rise up. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to your cobra. Pause here, find the lateral glide. Kind of sway along your vertebrae, back and forth, side to side. Come all the way back to a child's pose. Toes together, knees hip distance. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Press your hands into the mat nice and strong to help send your hips back onto your heels. Breathe. Inhale, come all the way up through a tabletop, round through your spine, find a cat spine, puff up into the back body. So lift through the sides of your waist, pull the belly up and in, like you're lifting all of the organs up and into the back plane of the body. So really working your cat spine here. Inhale, vertebra by vertebra, tilt your way all the way through. Cow, tug your hands back, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, round, press your hands and your knees into the mat, puff up into the back body. And exhale, slow, controlled, make your way all the way through to cow. Come to a more neutral position, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back, down dog. Here we go. Inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose, round. Stack the shoulders above the wrist or past the wrist. Inhale, reach it up and long. Exhale, knee pulls towards nose, round. Last one, inhale, reach high. Exhale, pull the knee towards the nose, round. Plant your foot in between your hands. Straighten out through your front leg. Pull your right hip back as you wrap your left hip forward. And if you have blocks and you're really tight, bring blocks underneath your hands for a different variation here. Press that right big toe mound down as you pull back into space. Inhale, bend into your front knee, bring your back knee to a hover, pull the heart through, cow lunge. Exhale, straighten and fold, cat lunge. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, straighten and fold to a cat lunge. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend into your front knee. Squeeze your legs towards one another. Reach your arms back into space. Lift through the heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Ground your left hand. Place it with intention. You are going to be balancing on it. Reach your right arm high. Lunge twist. Pull your left shoulder back. Pivot to the outside edge of your back foot. Bring your foot back. Side plank. Lift from the bottom hip. Inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, half push up. Ground your hips. Inhale, coming through a cobra pose. Press the tops of the feet down. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Kind of checking in with your down dog each time you come back to this position. Finding ways where you can wake up your body in this posture even more. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Keep your toes pointing down. Extend out through the heel. Exhale, pull, knee towards nose, round, curl. Inhale, reach it up and long. Exhale, pull it in, knee towards nose, round. Inhale, reach it up and high. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose, puff up into that back body, and plant your foot in between your hands. Come to fingertips or blocks, straighten out through your left knee. Pull your left hip back as you wrap your right hip forward. Breathe. Engage through the left side of your belly, pulling it up and away from the thigh. Actively pull energy up from the earth, through both feet, up the legs and into the pelvis. From the pelvis, lengthen long through the spine. Inhale and bend into your front knee, cow lunge. Exhale, straighten and fold, cat lunge. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one, inhale, come through that cow spine. Exhale, round into the cat. Inhale, halfway lift, bend into your front knee, squeeze the legs towards each other, and reach your arms back into space. Like you're trying to pinch those shoulder blades. Ground your right hand, place it with intention, twist, open, reach your left arm high to the sky. Breathe. Slow and controlled, pivot to the outside edge of your back foot. Stack or stagger your feet. You can always lower a shin as a way to modify here, or lift a leg to do a different variation. Plank pose. Shift your shoulders past your wrists, half push up. Inhale, coming through cobra or up dog. Only the hands and the feet are on the earth in up dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. From down dog, walk your feet all the way up to the front of the mat. Make your feet as wide as mat's distance apart. Line up the outside edge of your foot with the long edge of the mat. Bend your knees a touch. Send your hips back behind your heels. Counter reach your hands forward. Functional forward fold. Squeeze your outer shins in towards the midline. Widen and broaden through your upper inner thighs. Breathe the breath into the back of the body. And on your exhale, softly pull navel towards spine. Tuck your chin ever so slightly towards your chest to lengthen out from tailbone to crown. Inhale, halfway lift, glide your hands up your shins, find length. Exhale, fold. Press into the earth, inhale, circle, sweep, reach your arms all the way high. Exhale, step your feet back to hip distance, palms to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, grab your right wrist, side bend up and over towards the left, tug on the wrist, stay strong through your legs. Inhale, come back through center. Switch your clasp and take that side bend up and over the opposite way. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, cactus your arms and open up through the heart. Inhale, pull navel to spine, reach high. One more, exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift your rib cage away from the hips, find length through the torso. Exhale, chair pose, bend your knees, let your hips sink low. Keep the weight in your heels. Stretch your arms higher to the sky without flaring your ribs. Bring your arms back, interlace your hands, lift up through the heart space. Inhale. Exhale, pour your heart down, bound, forward fold. Let your arms drop over the back body. Shake your head out, yes or no. Release your arms. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folds. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle, sweep, reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms to heart, Tadasana. We're going to move through Surya A Namaskar, so it's a one breath per movement practice. The one thing that students tend to mess up a lot is Chaturanga. So Chaturanga it translates to like four-limbed staff pose, but it's a half push-up, or it's stopping in a push-up position with the elbows wrapped in by the rib cage, and your shoulders don't dump, they actually lift up and away from the earth. So you can practice it now standing. Pull your shoulders back, kind of squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other, spread wide through your fingers. Imagine there's a wall that you're balancing on. All right, hands to a prayer. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, long spine, hinge at your hips, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back, plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders past your wrists. Always an option to lower your knees, half push up. Lower your hips, inhale, coming through cobra pose, or hips are lifted for up dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, HA, exhale. Inhale, come high onto your tiptoes. Exhale, take a deep bend in the knees, hop, step, or float your way up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the sides of your waist. Exhale, folds. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle, sweep, reach your arms all the way high. Exhale, join the palms back at heart center, Anjali Mudra, Samastihi. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, long spine, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step, or if you'd like, you can jump it back, chaturanga. Come through upward facing dog or cobra, you choose. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to pause here. Here we go, second flow. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, tap your right knee towards your right tricep. Inhale, reach it up and long. Exhale, knee towards nose. Inhale, reach it up and long. Exhale, knee towards left tricep, fallen triangle. Pivot your back heel down, shoot your right leg out, lift your left arm high. Lift your hips here. Ground your left hand. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose. Plant your foot in between your hands. Come onto fingertips. Inhale, cow lunge. The back knee hovers. Pull your heart through. Exhale, straighten and fold. Cat lunge. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend into your front knee. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Stretch your arms back. Press down and out through the power of your legs. Inhale, rise up to a crescent lunge. Your feet should be hip distance apart. If you are struggling to balance, heel toe your right foot over towards the right. Let your hips be as heavy as they would like. Wrap your back inner thigh forward. Internally rotate through that back thigh. Warrior 3. Get light on your left toes. Come forward, rise up. The trunk and the lifted left leg are parallel to the earth. You could have your arms stretched back for more of an airplane shape. I like hands at a prayer. Inhale, pull the left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your thumbs, reach your arms high. Now bow, kind of finding that cat spine. Try to get your chest and your hands to touch your hands and your toe to touch. Maybe you straighten your left leg. You can also keep your knee bent and try to get your knee towards your nose too. All right, enough of that. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, airplane, come all the way back, or warrior 3. Pause here, lift through the back sides of your waist. From the pelvis, expand out long through your legs. Bend into your right knee, ground your left toes, rise up, crescent lunge. Pause, find your balance. Grab your left wrist, inhale, get length through the sides of your waist. Exhale, side bend over towards the right. Bow towards the right corner of the mat. Thinking about more of a cat spine, a rounding through your spine. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Pull your shoulders back into space. Inhale, bring your back hand to your back thigh, reach your left arm up. Exhale, bow all the way down, ground your left hand, step it back, side plank. You choose what variation. Maybe you lift a leg, maybe you lower a shin. Ground your hand, plank pose. Find a half push-up. Inhale, come through cobra or up dog. Take a back child's pose, toes together, knees wide. Take 3 breaths here. Notice the pulse of the breath, the beat of your heart. Just continue checking in and observing how you react as you move through these postures to yourself in this practice. Come all the way up to a downward facing dog, second side. Inhale, reach the left leg high. Exhale, tap left knee towards left tricep. Inhale, reach it up and long. Exhale, knee towards nose. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, knee towards opposite tricep. Shoot your leg out, pivot your back heel down, reach your right arm high. Pull your bottom left shoulder back and press down and out through the left arm. Ground your right hand. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose. Plant your foot in between your hands. Come to fingertips. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, straighten and fold, cat lunge. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend into your front knee, squeeze the legs, stretch your arms back into space. Pull the left side of the belly up and away from the thigh. Press into the power of the earth and rise up, crescent lunge. Find your balance. Either hands come behind you or hands come to a prayer. Together, we move to warrior three. Give a little spring off of your back foot, or you can get light and move slow. Either way you want to get there. Another modification or variation could be even grounding your hands on blocks if you needed more stability. Begin to pull the right knee in towards the chest. Interlace your thumbs, opposite thumb on top. And start to bow. Pull your knee in towards your chest. Maybe you straighten out through that leg. Maybe your hands and your foot touch. And come out of that funky position. Warrior three, take it all the way back. Bend into your left knee. Ground your right toes. Rise up, crescent lunge. Find your stability. Adjusting your stance any way you need. Maybe it's wiggling your back toes back if you want more depth. Grab your right wrist, inhale. Exhale, side bend up and over towards the left. Bow at a little bit of an angle. Press down and out through the power of the leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist, left arm back. Right arm forward, pull your shoulders back. Gaze over your left thumb. Inhale, bring your back hand to the back thigh. Reach your right arm up. Press the thigh up into the hand for a little resistance. Exhale, bow, ground your right hand, and step it back, side plank, finding whatever variation is fun for you. Ground your left hand, plank pose. Shift your shoulders past your wrist. Half push-up, coming through cobra or up dog. Take it back, child's pose, breathe. Thread the needle, weave your right arm through the left, find a little shoulder stretch. Come back through center, second side. Weave your opposite arm through, find that shoulder stretch. Come all the way back up through center. Rise up through a tabletop, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, bend your right knee, open up through your right hip, squeeze the heel towards your bum. Inhale, straighten the leg, square the hip. Exhale, pull your right knee towards your right tricep or all the way towards the armpit. Now lower it down towards the wrist. Press the earth away, lift it up towards the armpit. Down towards the wrist and up towards the armpit. Plant your foot outside your pinky finger. Lower your back knee down, roll to the knife edge of your right foot. Reach your right arm up and around. Pull your heel towards your bum, grab for your foot. Maybe you make heel to sit bone contact. And then sink your hips lower from that place. If this feels challenging for you, getting some support of a block underneath your hand could help. And breathe. Release your foot. Half moon pose. Lift off of your back knee. Come to a short lunge. Right hand comes to the block or the earth. Stretch down and out through your right leg. Stack your hips, half moon. Now if you're using a block and it feels really easy, you can play with bringing your hands to the earth. The full pose is actually with a hand on a block or the earth. And then if you want, you can release your left arm high and float your right hand to a little bit of a balance. From the pelvis, expand out long through your legs. Now bend into your right knee, slowly ground your left foot, warrior two pose. Front heel lines up with the middle of the back arch. Gaze over your middle finger, stop and find some breath. From your collarbones, expand out long through the arms. Inhale, flip your palm and reverse. Viparita Virabhadrasana. Exhale, side angle. Elbow can come to the thigh, or you can reach your arm all the way down to the inner edge of your ankle. Extended side angle, reach your arm way in line with your ear. From your left hip, stretch down and out through the left leg and long through the left side body. Press into the earth, inhale, reverse. Exhale, come all the way down with your hands. Reach your right leg high, bend your right knee, open your hip. You can stay here or you can flip your dog. Come up high onto your right hand fingertips. Pivot to the outside edge of your left foot or your left foot and plant your foot behind you. Lift through your hips, lift through your heart. So it's a back bend. Twist your heart open towards the sky. Unwind, come back through center, right leg lands, reach your right leg high, and either move through your vinyasa or you can follow my lead and skip it. You're also welcome to take a little child's pose. We have one more big flow to go before we get to the final pose. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, pull your left knee towards your left armpit, tricep. Lower it down towards the wrist, up towards the armpit, down towards the wrist, up towards the armpit. Last one, down towards the wrist, up towards the armpit. Plant your foot outside your pinky finger. Lower your back knee, reach your left arm up and around to grab for your foot, twisted monkey thigh stretch. Slow down your breath when you have a minute to pause. Begin to release your foot. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Right hand comes to the hip. Stack your hips. So the idea in half moon is that your trunk and your lifted leg are about parallel to the earth, but you're open. Scoop that left hip underneath you to stack your hips. Eventually, maybe the right arm lifts high. You can always bend your left knee a little bit. It might help you find more balance. Maybe you release your hand from the earth. Take a moment of just balancing on that left leg. Slow, controlled bend into your left knee. Land back, warrior two. Gaze over your middle finger. Find that breath. Pull your shoulder blades down the back body. Inhale, flip your palm and reverse the warrior. Exhale, come to a side angle. Reach your upper arm way in line with your ear. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Pause. From your right hip, stretch down and out through the right arm. Wrap your left torso underneath you, peeling your chest open to the sky. Press into the earth, inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, plant your hands, reach your left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Stay here or BAKASANA A, wild thing. Plant your foot behind you, come up high on your left hand fingertips, lift through your hips and lift through your heart. Start to unwind, come back through center, plant your hands, reach your left leg high and ground your left leg next to the right. Inhale, come high onto your tiptoes. Exhale, take a nice deep bend in your knees. Hop your way all the way up to the front of the mat. Get really low with your hips like a low chair and sit down. You can pause here if you want. Actually, ground your feet. Take a breath. This next one is BAKASANA crow pose in a boat, so boat crow. You already did this on your back, so you can always skip it and do it on your back if it feels like too much pressure in the boat, but here we go. So interlace your thumbs, pull your knees in. Your big toes are touching. Pull the fourth and fifth toe back into space and connect your knees to touch your elbows. Now, if your knees and your elbows are touching, we're going to work on little glides up towards the armpit. So keep your knees and your elbows connected and pull your knees in towards your chest to glide them up the outer arm, and then you can glide it back down. Pull it all the way up, hold it, glide it back down. We have 4 more. Pull it up, glide it down. Pull it up. This is where you are in crow. Press the earth away, the imaginary earth, and glide it down. Pull it up, glide it down. Last one, pull it up. Try to hold it. And ground your feet. So you have options to practice this Bakasana, not in an arm balance. I'm going to guide you guys through an arm balance today, though, and you can decide if it's for you or if it's not. Again, I'll give you ways to make it more challenging and less challenging. If you have blocks, you can use them. If you're not using them, the setup is pretty much the same. It just makes it easier. So I'm going to place one block underneath my feet to give me a little extra height here. And then the other block is way forward, probably about at least 2 feet in front of my block. Your hands will place on the earth, shoulders distance apart. Spread wide through your fingers, pull back through your fingertips. Now lift your hips up high, bend the elbows a little, squeeze your forearms towards the midline, and stack your knees on this shelf. Come forward, gaze is forward, not at your hands, and come all the way off of it. So you're just getting used to feeling your weight in Bakasana crow pose. You do not have to balance on your hands. You can come forward and feel it out, and then pull it back. And eventually, maybe you come forward with the gaze forward, pull one heel towards your sit bone, and ground that heel, and then the other heel towards the sit bone. Eventually, both lift up. Once you lift up, the big toes touch, press the earth away. If you wanted to, you could also ground your head on the block. Guess what? It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to fall on your face and hurt yourself too bad. I've fallen on my face in crow pose before. It's a little embarrassing. If you want something more advanced, if you're one of those, the last piece I will give you is lifting the block with your feet. So coming forward, finding your nice strong crow, bringing your legs down, grabbing that block, and lifting the block up, and then dropping it. There you have it, y'all. Bakasana, crow pose. If you're still playing, play as long as you'd like, but we're gonna cool down, so come to the back body. Once you arrive on your back, pull your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a nice little squeeze. Stretch your right leg high, interlace your hands around your right thigh. Stretch your left leg out long on your mat. Create some nice big circles so your right toes in one direction. Take those big circles so your toes in the opposite direction. Bend your right knee, pull your right knee way in wide towards your armpit. Option for a half happy baby, right hand to the outside edge of your right foot. Pull your foot down as you press your foot up into your hand. Bend your left knee now. Cross your right ankle over the left knee. Interlace your hands around your left thigh. Use your right elbow to widen your thigh bone away from you for a deepening here. Slowly release, unwind, second side. Reach the left leg high, interlace your hands around your left thigh, press your thigh firmly into your hands. Maybe you straighten out through your right leg. Take those big circles to your left toes. On this side, if you did so on the other side. Bend your left knee, pull the left knee way and wide towards your armpit. Bring your left hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Pull your foot down as you press your foot up into your hand. Breathe. Bend your right knee, cross your left ankle over your right knee. Interlace your hands around your right thigh. Begin to unwind, pull both knees in, give yourself a little squeeze. Full happy baby, bring your hands to the outside edges of your feet. Pull your feet down. At the same time, press your feet up into your hands. Create a slight anterior tilt of your pelvis. Pull the low back up and in. Breathe. Straighten out through maybe one leg or the other if that feels interesting to you. And bring your legs all the way back in. Close through the knees. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Round here. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Inhale. And as you exhale, stretch your legs along and your arms by your sides for a Shavasana shape. Let go of the breath in the lungs, HA. Inhale through your nose. Open the mouth, cleanse it out, HA. Full inhalation. Hold it at the top. Open mouth, HA. Take as long as you would like to continue in rest in a Shavasana shape. As always, thank you for sharing time and space with me today. Namaste.